Welcome to another Wildflower Moment. This is St. John's Wort right here. In the Central Florida landscape, we have St. Andrew's Cross. That's this type of St. John's Wort. And if you look real closely, you can see some bee action going on here. They love these four-petaled flowers. That's how it gets its name, St. Andrew's Cross. If you want a plant that is not only covered in pollinators, but is also going to really be a conversation starter, this is it. This is a unique plant that you don't see too much in people's landscapes, but you really should. There are so many different types of St. John's Wort that you can purchase and put in your garden. This is just one of them. It's about 3 feet tall by 3 feet wide, and we have it paired with some tropical sage. It's in the shade most of the time underneath this oak tree here, and it does really well just getting some afternoon sunlight, late afternoon sunlight. It's pretty sandy soil. It's not anything too rich. I want to give you a sense of the scale. So here we have these tiny little flowers that pack a big punch, especially in the summertime. Now you can get many seasons of blooms out of St. John's Wort, and this is one of the prime times here in summertime. So what you'll want to do is make sure that if you get one of these, that you can get the seeds right off of it to propagate more. They're not readily available commercially. However, you can get more plants at any native nursery near you. Now, as far as care goes, these are very easy care once established. And a light pruning in the winter if needed is all you really need to give your plant the desired shape. This St. Andrew's Cross is fairly wispy. You can see there's some space in between. If you like that look, great. If not, you can trim it back a little bit more, make it a little bit more full. There are 31 species of St. John's Wort found in Florida. This is one of them. There's also Atlantic St. John's Wort, myrtle leaf, four petals. They all have different shapes and sizes. Some are large like this, some are small, more diminutive, and go well as a border. This one's more of a foundation planting, and it's just gorgeous. Now, it does attract a lot of bees and butterflies. So a lot of our native bees, like the polyester, yellowface, large carpenter, bumblebee, leafcutter, sweat bees, they love it, but so does the gray hair streak. Their caterpillars actually feed on these seed capsules, which is pretty darn neat. So where is St. Andrew's Cross easily grown in Florida? Well, we have a lot of different growing zones, but this one works pretty well throughout most of the state. It's great for zones 8A through 10B, and its southern limit for this particular one, St. Andrew's Cross, is really 9B, but I'll tell you, in this landscape, we're kind of going up to 10 with climate change, and it's still doing really well here. So let me pan out a little bit more so you can see it here in the landscape. Again, 3 feet tall by 3 feet wide, and it is evergreen, does well in shade. And if you're interested in something unique, again, get St. John's Wort. One quick word though, St. John's Wort is promoted as a supplement for use in treating depression, but that is in the non-native species. This is the native species. So according to Dan Austin in his book, Florida Ethnobotany, using native St. John's Wort can lead to dermatitis or photosensitization due to this hypericum compound found in the plant. So be really careful, don't eat it. It can also be toxic to some livestock. So this is not the typical St. John's Wort that you would get a supplement from in the grocery store, not at all. So keep that in mind. But that said, it is a beautiful evergreen shrub to add to your landscape and give yourself a sense of true, real Florida. Be different, be unique, and maybe set a trend and more native plants will spread through your neighborhood. See you at the next Wildflower Moment.